The following podcast contains coarse language and adult themes. How big do you reckon they were? How big? How big do you think they were? The bags of money. The bags of money that they dropped off to Robert Downey Jr.'s house to make him do this fucking movie. How big do you think they had to be to fit all that fucking gold bullion and exotic porn and fucking cheesecake from around the globe? Because it's fucking ridiculous that he's doing this movie. Am I right?
You absolutely are, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
I didn't see it coming at all until he was on the stage. I was like, "Oh, this is happening. This is cool. I'm with it."
Oh, fuck.
I think we talked about it when it kind of when it jumped off, and you know, I said at the time he obviously doesn't need to do it. Like, he doesn't need the money. But let's call a spade. No one in his lineage until the end of human existence is ever going to have to work again, because he's going to get back end and he's going to get, toys and all that stuff. And one of the questions I'm going to ask you fellas later is about what this actually means for the future of the MCU. Welcome back to the Film Addicts Podcast, everybody. We're very delighted on this special bonus episode. We're doomed to bring back to the mic our dear friends from the Till the End of the Line podcast. It's KK1. What's going on, boys?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us again.
What's up? Yeah, happy to be on. It's been a little bit of time, but I'm excited. Yeah, it's always a fun time.
I can't remember when the last time I was on with you guys. It might have been fucking X-Men 97, wasn't it?
Yes, and this is actually Kika's first time on your podcast. Remember last time I was able to do it? Yeah.
I was sick.
Yeah, that's right. Sick. You had AIDS or whatever it was. What'd you have?
I had it all. Yes.
And you're better now though. You got that not too bad AIDS. Yeah. Got that Latverian AIDS. Do you reckon he's going to be from for where Doom's from? Do you reckon he's going to be from there? Like, is that going to be his country of origin?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't think they can get away with changing that. Too many nerds would riot.
Yeah, and I don't think they would have dropped it like a hint to the country in Daredevil. So there was those dancers in this, and what was it, episode 4? Those Laverian dancers. They were in like
the singers,
the singers and dancers, and where Fisk walks into there.
That's Latvia. Latvia is an actual country. Latveria is a fictional country where Doom is from.
Oh, I thought they said Latveria. Oh, okay.
That's mind. Okay. I'll cut that out because you're an idiot. It's totally fine. No. Also, welcome to the mic, my beautiful dear friend, my podcasting soulmate. Hey, Eddie, what's going on?
Hey, I was just playing with my Oreos and I forgot I was on camera.
Yeah, well, just you got to be careful. You don't want to be showing everybody on the internet your Oreos, otherwise your OnlyFans account would be deemed completely worthless. For anybody who wants to understand the Oreo joke, please go back and listen to our episode on The Killer. But we are talking this evening and this morning, depending on what time zone we're in. We're a transcontinental motherfucker today. We're talking about the huge cast announcement for Avengers Doomsday, which comes out in 2026. We knew RDJ was coming back to play Victor Von Doom in some capacity, but now we have the full cast. Chairs up. It was just a long dolly shot of all of these chairs with all of these names in it, and I'll go through them shortly. But let's just go down the line here. From I've got on the screen, I've got Kike first, and then Addie's in the middle, and then Juan, you're on the end there. It's like a reverse Oreo, actually.
Oh, nice.
You fucking idiot. So we're gonna go down the line. Oh, no. It could have only happened to me. Oh God. Okay, my colonial ass. Right. So I'm going to ask Kike first. Sorry, mate. What was your sort of first reaction at seeing that list? Because I mean, as big as Endgame was, if you're thinking about the cast, who appear in the final fight, this is just the next level.
Yeah. So when it first started, or once we had all 27 names?
Once we had all of them. I mean, if you want to talk about how you felt as it went through and if someone hit you, were like, oh, shit. Like, you know, you think it's going to be Ian McKellen and you think it's going to be Patrick Stewart and then it's Ian McKellen and then it's Alan Cumming. Like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Right. So at the beginning, I was like, all right, cool. We got all of the Thunderbolts. We had all of the, you know, like it started off with Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby. I'm like, all right, cool. So if you get Vanessa Kirby, you're going to get the rest of the Fantastic Four. Then we get Anthony Mackie and Cap, and then Sebastian, and then Black Panther, Letitia Wright, which I was surprised. Well, not really. I knew she would come up at some point. I just didn't think she would be, you know, named number 5 out of all of them over like Paul Rudd and everybody. And then, like I said, the rest of the Thunderbolts, and then Simu Liu, Shang-Chi, which... Yes, absolutely. We haven't seen him
super excited
in
for
such
that.
a long time. And he's been like advocating for himself on like social media. He's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it needs to happen soon. Because
he's like, hey, can I get a sequel up in here? Because shit, my movie was the tits. It was had dragons in it and everything. Can I just get a flick?
I rewatched that shit so many times. It was so good.
Same.
Yeah, I really liked it.
So we get through a lot of like, I guess the biggest question I had once the full 27 were done is like, there's a lot of people missing, first off, but why mention Kelsey Grammer, the original Beast, and then part of the original X-Men team, and then not mention like Deadpool, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, but then mention Gambit, which is not from that universe, and or Monica or Maria Rambeau. So is that...
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, wait, what isn't Monica or not Monica? Yeah, Monica right now in that alternate universe with the Kelsey Grammer Beast. So is that not the same universe that our people are from? Me and Juan talked through it a bit, and I was like, well, maybe that universe we're seeing Kelsey Grammer and in right now at the end in that end credit scene is the fixed universe after Days of Future Past. And we've never seen anything from there. We really don't know what happens at that point. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well then now I don't know which way is up and left and right. Like I'm just so confused on what's gonna happen.
I don't think you're supposed to. Like at least there was a roadmap for Infinity War and Endgame. We knew who was coming. You know, we knew who was going to be involved. They'd set the movies up. They have announced cast members to be in this huge Avengers picture who haven't even got a movie yet. Right. You know, their film hasn't even come out yet. I know it's coming out soon or, you know, whatever, but that's a pretty... And also, they haven't established Doom at all. Like I was saying to Addy today, Thanos was established at the end of Avengers. We got the first look, you know, he would court death, then he turned around with the big red chin. And then he's, you know... Purple chin. In it intermittently until... Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, he's you know, the big bad, and it makes sense. It's just, I feel like this might be, and I'll come to you in just a sec, Addy, them doing basically what Marvel and DC have done, DC more prominently in the comic books with Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they just got rid of a bunch of stuff to clean up, you know, their universe. I think they've tried too many things. They've tried to bring in old characters. They've tried to bring in new characters. They tried to somehow replace Chadwick, which was never going to work out properly. They kind of should have just left it or recast. They tried to do all these different things and none of it's really stuck post-Endgame, apart from some of the TV shows. I think this is a good old tidy up of, all right, we're going to, by the time we get to the end of this, it's going to be real neat and we're just going to move forward with whatever that is. Addy, you were saying today about the X-Men being introduced. And like, you know, Alan Cumming was sort of the one that you were looking forward to the most. What's your take on how they're going to be able to juggle all this stuff?
I don't fucking know. Hi. Listen, man, I've been very candid about this. I do not like RDJ coming back as Doom. I do not like him coming back, period. And I do not like him coming back as Doom. I hope he's Latvian at least because they've already like race swapped him. But yeah, my X-Men are coming back and I don't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah, Addy, I have a quick question for you. How hard did you get when you seen Alan Cummings' name on that back of that chair?
I screamed.
Someone was coming, I'll tell you that much. It's excellent. It's absolutely excellent.
Yeah, well, what happened was, like, I saw Marvel live, right? And then, like, once Anthony Mackie was revealed, I texted in the group. I was like, something's going on. Marvel is live, and they're probably, like, showing the cast. But I went to sleep because it was fucking 2:00. I had to wake up at 4.
Can you explain to me what the live part of it was? I don't understand that. I missed that bit of information.
So it was 5.5 hours total.
Yeah.
And like maybe every 20 minutes or so, they would reveal. Sometimes some of them were quicker in between, but there was at least like 10 to 20 minutes in between each chair that was revealed. And then someone first.
But in between those, the 10 and 20, in between the chair reveals, nothing was happening.
No,
nothing. It was just the chair, and then another would be revealed. Yeah,
Listen, is one of the biggest trolls ever.
Yeah,
yeah. It also shuts up everybody who says that Marvel is dead, because there were like millions of people. There were like 70,000 people around the world watched that for the entirety of the stream. And then as soon as it was over, they released a 1 minute and 28 second thing with the entirety of the show. Like this, they were trolling us.
Yeah, and 170,000 people went, fuck!
And half those viewers were the ones that always bashing Marvel and shit, yeah.
I think there's a lot of hate watching going on, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, so like you're not excited about the prospects of the film in its entirety, or are you sort of looking, I'm talking to Addy, sorry, are you looking forward to a portion of it? Like, how are they going to get the mutants in there? Is Wolverine going to come back?
I kind of don't want him to. But yeah, it's the X-Men. I'm really excited. We see Ian McKellen as Magneto back after a decade. He was in Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
and then that was it.
Well, what about fucking Cyclops? James Marsden. He hasn't been one since
Marsden's back.
Like the end of Days of Future Past, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. He's not in that film.
Homie just got a fucking a hand job so vicious he turned into dust in X-Men 3 on a rock. Look, guys, this is our show. Don't worry. You're not going to get in trouble. I'm the one who's going to hell. You're just watching. It's okay. So, you're probably, and this is no shade to either of my other two compatriots here, but you are hands down the biggest nerd I know. And you're in the bag for this shit. I want to know your feelings. Like, there's so much information so quickly.
I'm excited. I was at work while the live event was happening, and Kika and my wife were blowing my phone up. They're like, it's on this channel. It's go here, watch this YouTube channel. And I'm just like, what's happening? I'm on the phone with my wife. She's telling me like, this is so frustrating because they're waiting 10 minutes to reveal the next chair. She's like, this is not good for my nerves. But I think it was a clever way to do the announcement because, as you guys said, it got millions of views. So
to be exact, it was live stream. The Avengers Doomsday live stream was 5 times more views than Deadpool and Wolverine Super Bowl.
Oh, the trailer,
the Super Bowl trailer. It was viewed.
The trailer in which something happened,
correct,
as opposed to a bunch of deck chairs being put out. You can come to my house and I'll do that for you this weekend if you want.
Exactly. So Addy hit the nail on the head when he's talking about it. Shut up all the haters or all the Marvel bashers because everyone was watching this.
It was on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All streaming. I don't have a Twitter, so if it was on Twitter, I'm sure it was, but I didn't. I don't have a Twitter. I flip between all of them. I just
saw that it's actually called X. Be careful, all right?
Yeah. You're still stuck 10 years ago.
The pan that goes on along all the chairs was a nice pan, I must say. Nice rack to everything. And then you end up with RDJ, and he sort of, goes and looks down the thing, and he's looking at all those chairs, and in his head, he's going, I'm making more money than all of you combined, probably.
Most likely, yeah.
Excuse me, I have to go and pick out a planet that I want to buy. He's gonna buy the moon that Thanos threw at him in Endgame, for fuck's sake. Like, it's just, it's excellent. But are you excited, Juan? Are you chomping at the bit to see this movie? Because we have so little information. There's absolutely no way for us to know what the fuck it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. I am. I'm interested to see what direction they're going to go, how they're going to pull all these different heroes that were named and make a story out of that. I'm more eager just to see the plot and where they're going with it.
Yeah, and how it leads into Secret Wars and what exactly that means. Yeah. I think that I don't know if you guys had heard on the show, but me and my fiance had been rewatching the Avengers pictures, just the Avengers pictures, because they were her favorite before she went on tour, because she goes on tour for a couple of months. Mm-hmm. And so we're just like, let's just wind up our time together for the year with this. And we watched the Endgame the other night, and motherfuck does it hold up. But when Infinity War ended and Thanos won, and that sinking feeling with him on the porch, and we're like, holy shit, we got to wait a year to see what happens. And there was all the speculation. You could kind of intuit that time travel would somehow be involved, because they'd set up the powers of these different stones, and there was an idea that maybe Captain Marvel might have some sort of, time phasing ability or whatever. So you could kind of read the writing on the wall. You guys know, I've disconnected myself a little bit from this stuff because it is such an oversaturation, and I pick and choose what I like. Like Hawkeye is really good. I enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought it was fun. Daredevil's fantastic. But I have the stuff I haven't even seen. Like, I haven't seen Marvel's. I haven't seen Thunderbolts hasn't come out yet, so I haven't seen that. But I just want to see if they manage it, if they can pull it off, because that's a deep bench cast to just kind of throw out there. And is it just for Doomsday? It must be, right? It's not like this is Doomsday and some Secret Wars as well.
I would imagine it has to lead into Secret Wars. I was talking with Kike about it, that he's like, well, what about some of these characters that haven't been listed that we know of? And I'm like, they're either saving them for a surprise, or those particular superheroes are going to be saved for Secret Wars. You know what I mean? And then
who?
So some of the people,
the biggest ones were like, so the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, not there. They're on Earth, and Star-Lord, as of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Star-Lord is on Earth, hanging out. And it says at the end
of that movie, Star-Lord will return.
Right. She-Hulk, Tatiana Maslany, there was like rumors that she was going to have a
very
huge,
significant role,
right, in Doomsday, and she wasn't even listed.
Spider-Man,
Nick Fury, Spider-Man, America Chavez. The biggest ones for me was Monica Rambeau, because like she's in the other universe. I was like, oh, that's weird. Why isn't Photon there? Doctor Strange
and Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Doctor Strange
or Daredevil, he's certainly making some waves as well. Maybe because are any of you familiar with the Secret Wars comic series?
Yeah,
I'm not
from the 80s.
Big on that one.
Yeah. Like, it's my understanding, Kike, that was kind of built around the idea of selling toys. Like, Toy Biz was starting a line, and they wanted to have all these characters represented. So they were like, let's write a story, and it's very much. At the time, it was hugely successful, but it's quite maligned these days, particularly amongst comic scholars as being kind of shit. But so's Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, it's remembered for what it did and the cultural impact that it had, but it's not a very well-made story or well-done story. So it's surprising, because the Infinity War saga kind of made a bit more sense. So is that kind of what you understand it to be as well, Kike, that was like where that idea came from for that story? Toys?
You're talking about the first run of Secret Wars or the second one?
The first one in the 80s. Is the second one?
Yeah, there's the 80s ones, and then the 80s ones is the one I adore a little bit more.
Really?
I didn't know about the toys part. That's kind of cool. I would imagine the second one would have made more sense for that, because there was more characters, and that's when they actually created Battleworld, and it was more a thing. There was a version of that in the first Secret Wars. I actually wish I should have wore that shirt. I have a Secret War shirt. Should have wore it. And it has like the old school Photon. Like, everyone's in the old school get up, and that was when we first saw the black suit Spider-Man That's where that came from in the original Secret Wars. So, I guess my answer is no, because I didn't think that they were doing that with the toys. But this lineup, like, even if we go that way, on the cover of Secret Wars issue 1, it's Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue, Hawkeye, Thing, Colossus, She-Hulk, Photon, Nightcrawler, Human Torch. I think that's Aurora. Yeah, I think it's Storm, Iron Man, and Spider-Man on the cover.
Yeah.
And half of those people
There's
are
a lot of
named.
X-Men.
Yeah. Half of the people on that cover aren't even named.
I was talking to Eddie today because we did a story in Nerd News about Jonathan Majors being like, I'll come back. I'll come back as... who the fuck was he again?
Kang.
Kang. I'll come back as Kang. And people will get me confused with the brain character from Ninja Turtles. And I'll do it anytime. That's not what he sounds like, obviously, but in my head, he's like squealing from the back of his career. He's trying to get noticed, like with his hand up in a fucking empty theater, wanting to come back. What, like, how much of a fucking handbrake turn is this into another movie compared to what they'd set up? Because when was Quantumania? 2023?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was... Think
sure
about
is.
that just in terms of where we are right now. So that, and then that all goes to shit, and he gets in trouble legally and they dump him. You know, I'm not going to get into that because it's neither here nor there.
I actually have a thought on that. I think what they did instead was they just sped up their timeline. So like, we're going to take this King shit out and then we're just going to slide everything forward a little bit. Because they had plans to do Doomsday and Secret Wars and all that shit, but it probably wasn't going to come out till like 2028. You know what I mean?
So it would have been like the next... Because originally they announced it, and the gentleman who directed Shang-Chi was going to be the director, Dustin someone or other.
Daniel Cretton.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
A great director. And he was going to do... The Kang Dynasty was going to be the first one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the second one going to be? Was that Secret Wars?
It was always Secret Wars.
Yeah.
It's always
second
been
one was always
Wars. Okay.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, right. So you feel like they were going to bring Doom in at some point. Do you think it was always going to be RDJ?
I don't think so. I think Feige and the powers that be at Marvel were dealing with this backlash from fans of saying Marvel's dead and all this shit, and they're like, well, we got to figure out a way to get those fans back. Like, who do they love? RDJ. All right, well, fucking let's find a way to bring his ass back and get all these fans to shut the hell up and start loving our shit again. And then I really think that the only reason RDJ came back is because they asked the Russo brothers to direct Doomsday. And when the Russo brothers were like, yeah, we'll do it, we want RDJ to play Doom.
Well, actually, it was the other way around. So
I was going to say it was the other way around.
So they asked the Russo brothers and they said no. And then they asked RDJ, and RDJ said, I'll come back, but you have to bring the Russo brothers. If they don't do it,
I didn't hear that story. Nice.
Yeah, because they had walked away from Marvel, and they were publicly talking about how they didn't want to. Like, unless the story really fit, then they would come back.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was RDJ that said, well, I'll come back if the Russo brothers come back. And then to add to that, I don't think we get RDJ. We would have gotten a different version of Doom had the Jonathan Major stuff never happened.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they would have pivoted. Like, yeah, I know Quantumania didn't do as great as people wanted it to. Mm-hmm. I think he did great as Kang.
Absolutely,
he's an excellent actor. He really, really great.
The room of all those Kangs and all the variants. We saw Ramatut, the Sentry, Redson. What was his name? What's the other versions of him?
I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm waiting for you.
That's why he didn't see it.
Oh, there's like an end credit scene where like it's a stadium of like thousands of Kangs all there.
Yeah, right.
And then the main ones is Pharaoh Ramatut, which is a variant of Kang.
Scarlet something, isn't it?
The Scarlet Centurion. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And then one more. What's the other one?
That's why you're a good team.
There's one more.
You finish each other's sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thinking about Quantum Mania, like that is a little bit of a side thing, but that film didn't work because you took away all the stuff that the Ant-Man movies were good at. Like, getting small in the quantum realm and getting big in the quantum realm doesn't fucking mean anything.
Yeah.
Like,
because you're still technically tiny in the quantum realm. Yeah.
Yeah, like what's the difference? Like, everybody's different. Like, there's a guy who's got broccoli for a head, and if you make it Star Wars and everybody's that, but if you put Ant-Man, for instance, like at the end of Endgame, where he gets really small after Thanos just absolutely fucking strafes the compound.
Oh yeah,
and he's stuck under there. He's got to get out. Rocket and Rhodey, and he's little and he's bouncing off the side of a pencil and sliding on a bottle cap. That makes sense. But if you just got him in this fucking nothing world, it doesn't. Yeah. And also everybody had the same power in that movie as well. It was like
that was my only issue with it.
6 of them, they all shrink and stuff.
It felt too Star Warsy. Like, I'm like, well, we've already got that universe.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing that into Marvel? But I agree with what you're saying. So
a question I have before I get into the actual official questions of what I wanted to ask you folks. What is your, again, we'll go down the list here from Kike Addy 1. Starting with you, Kike, what is your favorite of the things that they've done post-Endgame that you feel will contribute either story-wise or character-wise to what Doomsday is going to be? Could be anything. Could be the TV shows or fucking What If. Anything they've done post-Endgame.
Okay, so there's 2 parts to this question. My favorite, I guess, things that have been made since or post Endgame is Loki and WandaVision. Do I think WandaVision is going to tie into this? I hope. It'd be nice to see, Wanda and Ian McKellen, have that father-daughter talk, and whatever version of Quicksilver we get, I'm game for.
I don't think it's going to be a very long talk because Magneto's gay, so I'm pretty sure he's not the dad of that one. Don't you reckon that Magneto's gay? I feel like
that Magneto would be gay. Ian McKellen's not playing a straight character.
It's just that sassy in the second film X2 where they're in the Quinjet flying to Alkali Lake and him and Rebecca Romaine are like whispering or something and Rogue's like looking at Rogue and he goes, "Love what you've done with your hair." Like, that's a real bitchy line. It's got some sass.
I can't see what you're saying. Ian McKellen did play that part a little bit gay, yeah.
A little saucy, and I'm here for it. But anyway, sorry, Kike, I derailed what you were saying. But yeah, okay, so that happens, and we get Wanda in there, and Vision for that sake.
Right. White Vision. We find out
White Vision,
whatever happened to him. And in the Secret Wars comics, I mean, Doom manipulates Scarlet Witch to kind of use her powers. So there's a story for that. Does it need to happen for this to be a hit? No. I think the biggest key is Loki, because of him being the god of stories and, that power kind of replacing or almost on par with the Beyonder power.
Yeah.
So I think that could be the flip that they do, and the difference from the comic book Secret Wars of the Beyonder being the one person that Doom takes the power from. He can eventually maybe. I'm looking at it 2 ways. One, kill Loki or free Loki from that position where Loki is now able to be the god of mischief again and do whatever he wants, and that power is taken away from him, and Doom takes over that mantle. Probably fail miserably at it, but still, I think that's where his universal altering power will come from, stealing the power from Loki. So that's the biggest thing for me. I think that Loki series is going to be pivotal for this storyline, especially because Tom Hiddleston was named in those 27.
Yeah, I wasn't terribly surprised that was going to happen. It's interesting. DC is actually currently doing something like this with the new DC All In comic line, where Darkseid is sort of like the god of stories, and he's like, I'm going to bring an end to all stories. And in doing that, he makes a Splinter universe where there's a whole bunch of new, like, they've rebooted Batman.
Nice. But,
he's it's absolute Batman. Scott Snyder's writing it. And he's like working class. He doesn't have any money, and he's like his parents were killed in a mass shooting at a zoo and all this stuff, and he doesn't have all the money and the tech and everything, and he grew up in a home, and he's just kind of like just this mechanic kind of dude who does his own shit. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was just and Superman like came to Earth as a teenager and not as a baby, and he came from this idyllic place, and then he lands in Texas, and Texas now is not Kansas now is not Kansas then. Like Kansas sort of, Bible Belt 1970s, thinking about the movie anyway.
Yeah.
It was all pumpkin pie and shit, and now it's like it's a red state, and it's conceal and carry, and it just like it's a very, very different place if you're an alien.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, there's some interesting stories going on there.
Yeah.
Addie, what about you? I mean, I'm going to assume WandaVision, but I don't want to. Like you can do pick another one as well, like TK did.
Yeah, I mean, WandaVision and Loki are like the best for me. I agree. I think Loki was Loki being there is a bigger part. Him switching up with Beyonder could be great. I'm hoping, because it is kind of confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch is also in this, because he wasn't, and then it was confirmed that he was, and then he went back and said that I am in this film. That was a whole other thing.
But, he probably got a call from his agent like, would you fucking shut up? I'm getting 10% of this Doctor Strange cash. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think the Beyonder stuff, I think Doctor Strange becomes that. I think he's corrupted by Doom and his ideal world. But also...
Well, because he's used the Darkhold.
Yeah.
As well. And he's got the eye at the end, and Celia comes into it and shit. You got me thinking now, Addie.
Yeah. I don't like RDJ's Doom. I'm excited.
We've established
yes.
You said that multiple times on multiple.
You have a problem with it?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. You're a fucking racist, but fine.
The only brown person here is a fucking racist.
Brown?
Yeah, you're a reverse racist. Is
Sorry,
what I meant.
sorry.
Yeah, and so WandaVision and Loki were kind of your favorite of the post Endgame stuff. What about movies? Because I know you really like the Marvels.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love the Marvels. Marvels is so great. It's probably one of the best things they've done after Endgame. I will put that over No Way Home, and don't come after me because I will pull out my Oreos.
Just leave your Oreos where they're supposed to be. All right. Goodness sake.
Yeah.
Incidentally, White Vision. He's what's inside them. Chocolate, a little chocky biscuit, biscuit, and a little White Vision, and it's delicious. One, I'm going to say your favorite was Hawkeye.
Oh, close. It's not my favorite, but I would agree with the guys with that Loki. Because your question was that's what's going to tie into the rest, and I think that is.
Well, yeah. What did you like the most, and what did you think was going to tie in? It doesn't have to be the same thing. It could be two separate things. But yeah,
post Endgame. Loki's up there, man. It's probably number one for sure.
Yeah, right.
Hawkeye's a close follow. It's probably number 3. I would say after that, No Way Home. No Way Home was great just because it brought the originals, older generations in multiple, because we had Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and then the new Spider-Man, and I thought the story that they told in it was great. It wasn't just cameos for cameo's sake. They brought in and actually had meaning, and they helped, the young Tom Holland out. And so those
there was
three
a dramatic
projects,
purpose to it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then seeing, Willem Dafoe as Goblin again was just chef's kiss. You know what I mean? But I think the one thing that's going to tie in the best will be Loki.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it. I don't even think I saw the second season. I don't know. I'm struggling to remember it.
Bregs, you need to
I feel like
hang up right now and go watch that, and we'll wait here.
Well, I'm running the thing. Like, you guys are going to be like, so what do we talk about? Yeah, no, I definitely will do it before the film. So, like thinking about No Way Home, in fact, I feel like they did that and it was probably the biggest reaction that they had since Endgame. It's Cap catching Mjolnir or on the left, and then the portals opening or whatever. It's that explosion. You saw the reaction videos of when Andrew came in and when Toby came in and all that. I think they're like, there's something here that works, and they're going to do it on a grander scale in Doom. Again, one more question before I get into the official questions, which I've actually written just because it's come to mind. You were talking about Kike when you went through the names before. We've got all the cast of Fantastic Four, which Addy, surmised today that we'll probably see Doom in that first, and all of the Thunderbolts as well. These are two pictures that haven't come out yet. What did I say?
Yeah. No, except for one. We'll not see Taskmaster.
Yeah, she's dead for sure.
Yeah, we have a theory on that. Bob kills her in that first meeting.
Yeah, just
she kills her.
Rips her in half like a fucking phone book.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I can't wait. Either that or she plays a more significant role. But I mean, it's kind of like the comics. It's all second act. Like we're not gonna know. As far as those movies go, like, are you? Because I'm really looking forward to Fantastic Four. I think that looks really interesting. I think they're really changing something up.
Oh yeah, we got a live action Jetsons. It'd be awesome.
Oh man, you just cracked the code. That's fucking exactly what it is. Yeah. I swear to God, if he ends up inside his own briefcase that was also a spaceship, Marvel's going to get sued by Hanna-Barbera.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that a lot. Is anybody pumped for Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, how come, Eddie?
Yeah, I mean...
Tell me why.
Oh my God. Copyright.
Every time I hear that song, I think of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine scene.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hell yeah.
You say,
Oh my God. It's a great scene.
Number four killed my brother. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
It's such a good show.
Yeah.
So why are you looking forward to it, Eddie?
It's Florence Pugh.
Yes.
It looks like it's not really connected, but the void is there. So, yeah, I am though. Like, I'm mostly looking forward to Fantastic Four just because the thing is practical.
Is it? I don't think it is. I think it's CG, mate.
Oh, it's the face is CG, but the suit is practical.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Yeah,
and I love it in the trailer that they showed where he's cooking. And I'm like, that's him. That's Ben Grimm. Like, I've never been a huge fan of Fantastic Four. Having said that, the Fantastic Four books that I've read are really good. Mark Waid and Mike Waringo did an excellent run on it some years ago where the son was involved as well. But that's the other thing as well. Their son, Franklin Richards, is the most powerful mutant ever. Mm-hmm. And he creates, he created the pocket universe that all the heroes went to during Heroes Reborn that they did, in the 90s with Joe Liefeld and Jim Lee. Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee. So there's that. There's the possibility of that little shit doing something. You don't know if he's in there. He might not be in the trailer, but he might be in it. They might have popped one off together. You never know.
Oh, I was going to say that he's confirmed, him and Valeria Richards are confirmed to be in Fantastic Four. So, like, they're both kids are there. And, yeah, like you said.
That has to play into it, surely.
And at one point, he replaces Galactus as, like, the Devourer of Worlds. And he kind of starts doing what Galactus is supposed to do.
Get the fuck out of town. Like, as a herald or as Galactus?
As Galactus, yeah. He takes over Galactus' job in the universe. And it makes sense because... Well, I think I know where they're going to go with this because they've already said that this Galactus is... cross-dimensional, so there's only one Galactus and he goes
right.
So like every timeline, no matter what timeline, 616 or 828, all the different universes, there's only one Galactus. So this same Galactus that he's seeing, if there is a council of reeds, all those reeds have seen the same Galactus. So
wow.
So when Franklin takes over that mantle, if he were to in this case, he would kind of be the one in absolute, similar to how Galactus is established already. But that's not how it is in the comics, but that's what they said how this Galactus is going to be.
It makes sense for the cinematic. Sorry, Juan, you were going to say something?
Yeah, no, I was just going to ask you guys, because I know you both are a fan of the show The Bear. Do you think that trailer scene of him talking about cooking and stuff was a subtle nod to his role in The Bear?
Obviously.
I didn't think of that, but that's actually really good. Yeah,
when I saw the trailer and that scene, I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing there. That was nice.
Right, so we're going to get to some official questions here. I might be off screen for a second. No, there I am. That's all good. Okay, so 5 questions for you and yours. And this is, we're a positive show. We're thinking about things positively, so they're all fairly positive questions. And we'll go down the line as well. Or actually, whoever wants to jump in first. It's not a game show, so you're not going to win anything. But just chime in when you're ready. Biggest cameo or surprise. So it could be either someone who hasn't been announced or something that happens that you think is just going to blow people's tits off.
Toby.
What did you? Kobe? What?
Yeah. Toby comes up at the end for like
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, I like that.
Awesome. Hopefully in his Babylon garb. Yeah, okay. So Toby comes in at the end and that's sort of, does that bring the other Spider-Man in as well?
Oh, maybe.
I guess so. But I guess that would be leading from what I'm thinking, I think like Toby would lead them into Secret Worlds where I guess because this might not be like a lot of Secret Wars things. It might just be like an Avengers versus X-Men thing. Mm-hmm. Well, they're fighting against each other for a world, and then at the end of it, like they have to part ways because the world that is colliding in there is this like the 616 or like the MCU that we know.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's a pretty good summation. What's yours, Mark?
I'm gonna go with Halle Berry's Storm.
Catwoman. That'd be a real surprise.
That's the crossover we get. Is just she pops
or
in like
Jinx from Bond. She just comes out of the water. Is that Storm? No, that's Halle Berry. Don't worry about it.
She's playing herself.
Okay, yeah, that's I like that idea. What about you, Kiko?
So mine's very similar to Addie's. The way I see or I feel like it's going to pan out. Like you said, Doomsday is going to be very much an Avengers, like, I wouldn't say Avenger level movie, but I wouldn't say it's going to be on the same level as Secret Wars is. Oh no, Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars is going to dethrone Endgame and probably going to be one of the best movies ever. As a nerd, so it's going to be an incursion of whatever the timeline that the X-Men are from, whatever they say that is, and then the 616. And that incursion is going to be that explosion. Both Earths are going to get destroyed, and that's where Battleworld's going to come from. Whether it happens in the void or some other way, or Battleworld is created, cool. But I think I want to see like the Thor corpse. I want to see like all these different sections of heroes that come together, where there's like similar to how we saw like all the Daredevils that came together. I'm sorry, not Daredevils, Deadpools that came together in the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Mm-hmm. I want to see that of like the Thor corpse. I want to see that of a new section of because there was like multiple Doctor Strange too, if I'm not mistaken, in Battleworld. Yeah. So like all these different variants of each other going against each other, different teams put together, and I don't see them doing this, like you said, without Toby, without Hugh Jackman, without Andrew Garfield. They have to, and then blow it up from here. And this is then once that whole Battleworld blows up, then that's where we go from there, and it becomes the new MCU that we know, whatever this new secret timeline is going to end up being with the new X-Men. We could recast, T'Challa, Iron Man, all of it. All of them can be recasted as anybody. Mm-hmm. It sets up like everything to just start all over fresh, like a hard reboot. I wouldn't even call it a soft reboot. It would be a hard reboot.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, this thing is rock hard. It's been on it's been popping Viagra all day.
Yeah,
This thing, it is hard as Chinese algebra. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. Your dick will explode if you do that.
That's that's what happens when you've got a secret war. Sometimes you got to turn up with a rock hard dick. I don't know how we got here, but here we are. Also, I was listening to what you were saying, Kike. I did take the information in, but I was also quietly just smiling behind my hand because I fucking love talking to nerds and dudes who just fucking give a shit and know their shit. It's so hard to find outside of the podcasting community. Or more accurately, in my own country, for fuck's sake. Where are all my nerds at? Tommy's my nerd. That's he's the one I found, and he's not even from here. Fuck. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next question here. Which comic book, or not necessarily comic book, but which storyline would you like to see represented? Plot, subplot, reference. So it could be from a comic that you've liked, at some point that you're like, oh, that's a cool story. It'd be good if they did it in such and such. Or it could be something that's happened, something that's been set up previously that you want to see come to fruition, like White Vision or whatever.
How about you answer this one first?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing the quiz. I am the quiz master. So
no,
I'd like to see. I want to see White Vision because Vision's my favorite. He's just hands down my favorite.
Did you see what they did in What If with him and Riri Williams?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen
it was
any
excellent.
of the
It was
second season.
pretty dope.
Is it my main man doing the voice? Is it Paul Bettany?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
It is.
I don't think it is.
I thought it was.
Is it someone doing a good impersonation of the Paul Bettany?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds.
I believe
If it's
so.
not him, it sounds really close to him.
Stories, plots, subplots, references.
The Eternals, please.
That's never gonna happen. Not in a million years.
I think the closest that we're gonna get is what you've seen in Captain America: Brave New World. I think that's probably the closest we're gonna get is seeing him. What's the name of the
Tiamat?
Tiamat? Thank you. Is his head and hand popping out is probably the closest reference you're gonna get to Eternals, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I what about that then? What are we going to see? Is Adamantium going to play some sort of part in this? I mean, what's Doom's fucking costume made out of?
I gotta imagine
it's battle armor eggs, but yeah.
I gotta imagine that's where they're going with it because they already name dropped it with what's Harrison Ford's character's name? General Ross.
Thaddeus Ross?
Yeah. With General Ross.
You know, one of the coolest things in the world is actually, come to think of it, that the first time that the word adamantium was uttered in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's 15-year length.
Yeah.
The person who says it is Harrison motherfucking
Your
Ford.
main man, Harrison Ford, yeah.
Just boss.
Yep.
So cool. Adamantium. I'm like, you're Harrison Ford. What are you saying? What are you saying that for? Like, oh man, it's awesome.
The hats have blown your mind a little bit.
Any other? What? Sorry.
The hats have blown your mind a little bit, right? Seeing Indiana Jones say adamantium.
It's weird. It's bloody odd and weird. Even more than that. Now he's like the character that he is in Shrinking for me as well. That TV show, like, this sort of rough around the edges, but ultimately sweet psychoanalyst. And I see him as that. And now he's banging on about adamantium and turning into the Red Hulk. Like, fucking hell. They even gave the Red Hulk his scar that he's got.
Yeah.
They animated the scar on it. Like,
oh, I didn't notice that.
I kind of liked that movie. I thought that was fun.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
It was Paul Bettany. He did Jarvis and Vision.
Okay.
The Paul Bettany's.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So any other ideas? Kike, you're my sort of co-pilot when it comes to being a nerd and reading comics and stuff. Any storylines you'd like to see? Because I mean, the Children of the Atom story, or the Marvel versus Avengers versus X-Men story, where Cyclops and his crew get imbued with the power of the Phoenix, is pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah, do you want to see that in Doomsday or Secret Wars?
Yeah, I mean, if like Addy says, if it's going Avengers v X-Men, that'd be pretty dope.
Oh yeah, because him. So, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Namor. He also gets he gets the Phoenix Force. There's a lot of like mutants that use the Phoenix Force, and they're like
right
OP as hell. That would be really cool. Wasn't on my mind, but now it's on my radar for sure. Honestly, for me, somebody that I want to see a good iteration of it would be the Maker. Reed Richards' other version of it, where he's like floating around, he has that helmet kind of thing. I want to see like Counselor Reeds and the Maker and all the, you know, the bad things that Reed can do, because he's known as Mr. Fantastic, and he's always painted as this like really great hero, which he is, but his variants are pretty wicked and they're pretty evil, and there's some bad things that they can do, they're, you know, they're just evil people with the same level of intellect, and it'd be cool to see a Counselor Reeds and what damage they can do, because he puts together a team of like, I think it's villains, like Thanos is on his team, Namor, which is, do you think Namor is going to steal Sue or have an affair with Sue, how they did in the comics?
I mean, have you seen that guy? I'd fuck him as well. No he is a delicious.
And let's not forget, Disney
treat.
actually like tamed his bulge a little bit because it was too popular.
Excuse me?
Did you not know that?
Tamed his bulge.
All right, hang on a second. Wait, new band name. I'm calling it Tame His Bulge is my new band name. Tame the Bulge.
You're welcome. There you go.
Or it's the album name at least. So they had to do some CG work because his cock's too big.
I guess so. They're like, listen, we're gonna have kids watching. We can't have that right now.
Yeah, we can't have dicks out.
Mad respect, but we can't show that.
What do you think this is? A Batman picture? It can't happen. All right, take the nipples off as well.
I just want to see, now that we're getting Doom, I want to see him reach into somebody's body and pull out his spine with the skull attached. That's the one storyline I want to see.
Like the Predator.
The Thanos?
Yeah, like he reaches into Thanos and pulls it out.
Yeah. So where did that come from? Is that just you being macabre, or did you see that somewhere?
No, that's in a comic run.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, in the 2015 Secret Wars. So there's like, I shared it with you guys in our group chat, and I know we put a lot of bullshit in there, but they animated it a little bit, and so basically, so basically, Doom has the power of the Beyonder, and Thanos comes up to him, and he's like, "Oh, you're a false god." He's like, I was Thanos. When I had the gauntlet, I had the powers of gods, and I didn't do like. I did what was necessary for the universe, essentially, and didn't use these powers and abuse them, similar to how he thinks Doom does. And then Doom goes, do you have the gauntlet right now? He's like, no. He's like, but I'm still Thanos the Tyrant, whatever he says. He's like, and that's enough for you. And then he just chest punches him, grabs his spinal cord, and rips his skull and spinal cord out. And then he rips it back, and Thanos just like falls apart, his body parts, and then Doom goes, "Well, clearly you weren't enough. Clearly, I wasn't. I was more than enough." Yeah.
So give me that storyline, please, and thank you.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting as well to see what his motivation is, because at the moment he's a complete mystery. You know, it could be anything. It could be after fucking, you know, all of the bacon. He's like, I'm going to kill everyone until I have all the bacon that's in the world, because I'm Doom and I love bacon. For, you know, that's just as likely as anything else.
Yep.
But so is it going to be he wants power because he wants ultimate power, or is there something behind it? Like, it's, you know, what is it? Is it, who is he lost, or what is the fulcrum? You know, what is the pivot point for his character to have done that? Because he wasn't always a bad guy, you know.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited for, is to see what direction they go or what comic line they follow with Doom.
Do you think they're gonna tap into his mom being in the underworld and the Mephisto having her?
No. It'll be another version of Tony Stark, man. That's the reason why you get RDJ. They're not doing he's a son of the witch. They're not doing that.
Oh, it'd be cool if they did, though.
It would be. Why RDJ's not doing that?
So you're saying RDJ's sort of like his motivation is the fact that he lost his parents and he can't save everyone. So this is basically the extreme of that. You know, it's you know, the Flash becoming a blur because he's got to be everywhere all at once. Is that what you mean? Like, he wants ultimate power so that he can control, you know, end death.
I think what his motivation would be is the extreme ideology of Age of Ultron, where armor around the world.
Yeah.
Because he loses his world. So yeah. So it's that's the Tony Stark through line.
Nice.
There's a comic run where
I
Victor and Tony's consciousness switches, and then Victor in Tony Stark's body kills Tony in Victor's body.
Wow.
Freaky Friday style?
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't think we'd get to Freaky Friday today, but you never know when that's going to pop up.
Yeah.
Question 3, almost pertaining to what we were just saying. Is this their way of getting RDJ back as Iron Man post Endgame and Secret Wars?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No?
I think they're gonna, if they go with another Iron Man, they'll have it be a variant who looks different than RDJ, kind of the way,
right?
Other variants like Toby and Andrew are Spider-Man, are Peter Parker, but they look different. Not like how Doctor Strange looks the same in every multiverse.
Do you think if they do that, if they pick up and just be like, okay, this is the new universe and all of these people are in it and some of them are variants and some of them were variants and some of them aren't, but this is the new universe, people are going to just jump on and be all right with that? Because I feel like it's going to be so contrived by the time you get there.
Maybe not the hardcore nerds.
Kids watching these movies, What was that, sorry?
Maybe not the hardcore nerds, but your casual watcher would be like, all right. Your casual
Yeah,
fan.
that's true.
Yeah.
They might just be like, okay, this is an Iron Man movie. What about the other one? Oh, it doesn't, that's old news now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair. What about you, Addy? Do you reckon that might happen? We might see more Iron Man again? Maybe even just in these films?
As much as I hate it, they will probably do it. Because look how they massacred the ending of Logan. So they'll probably do it.
Yeah, you mean as in they sort of took the teeth out of it by having it feature so heavily in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
And literally took the teeth out of it. He fucking was killing people with fingers and
bones and stuff.
And spines.
It's a good sequence, you gotta not take it seriously. Mm-hmm. I think it's like you kind of have to let go of the logic of it. Grant Morrison talks about it in his book. It's like a child, you say to a child, this story that you're watching right now, it's about a young girl who's half fish and she's a mermaid, she can breathe underwater, and her best friend is a crab. And kids go, okay.
Yeah.
And you just get on board, you're just going to have to be on board with it, like it's Doomsday is going to be Doomsday and you're not involved. So either fucking, pay your money and try and get some joy out of it, or don't bother. But I think people kind of like hate watching things. So
yeah, that's what pisses me off about the people that bash Marvel and the MCU now. You're like, you realize all of this shit is fake, right? Why are you getting so upset about it's not doing so well? It ain't real, my guy. It's not documentaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would it be? What would it be if Superman was real? If Batman was real? Well, they're fucking not. So just deal with what's going to happen and understand that if you don't like this one, there's another one around the corner.
Exactly.
Just because James Gunn is making Superman doesn't mean that they're going to come over to my house and take my 4K of the 1978 Christopher Reeve picture.
Exactly.
That still exists.
Yeah.
And it's mine. So it's ridiculous. Kike, what are your thoughts on Iron Man post these movies?
No, I think this is a last hurrah. It is a smoke and mirrors to kind of bring everybody back. But I think this is what I really do hope they split Secret Wars into 2 films. I would prefer that. I think we'd get a better storyline instead of it getting crammed into a 3-hour movie. But I'm still gonna sit there for a 3-hour movie, and
of course,
yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. I don't see. I see everything being completely rebooted. I don't see Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. After this, the people that we know and love, we're gonna say goodbye to them and move on to the newer and better, different versions of whatever this becomes. So, and I'm okay with that.
A good clean out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good clean out. Like when you have a black bean burrito.
Nice.
Okay.
Or an Italian
this
beef
one's a good
like
one.
Yesterday.
What was that, sorry?
I had an Italian beef yesterday, and that's why I was in the bathroom this morning.
Hey, if you want to put that on the internet, that's totally cool.
Totally cool with me, yeah.
Pooping is natural, everybody, and we should all do it more often.
Poops like the children.
Everybody poops. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from this show, it's that everyone and I don't just mean this episode, I mean all of our shows that me and Addy do. People do poops. Here's one for you. What fights do you want to see? Who do you want to see punch one another? Because there's inevitably there's going to be hero on hero fighting because that's how they do these movies. You know, like in Endgame, in Infinity War, where the Guardians run into the Avengers for the first time, and they think they're working for Thanos, and they think they're working for Thanos, and it all goes awry. It's a few punch-ons. Who would you like to see punch on? And they have to be a part of the movie. You can't be like, oh, I'd really like to see Optimus Prime fight somebody because he's not in it. So it's not going to work. Having said that, Optimus Prime in that movie would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would walk the fuck out.
Have you seen those?
That's not for me.
Yeah, have you seen those like made up YouTube videos of like who would win Wolverine versus Optimus Prime or whatever, or Iron Man versus Optimus Prime? It'd be like that kind of situation.
Are you kidding me? Optimus Prime versus Wolverine, he would get folded like a deck chair. There's fucking no way. It would snap him in half.
One of them is live and the other is a machine.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Don't take out the Allspark shit. And as I said on our episode earlier today, everybody, you need to remember that one of the pivotal plot points in the Transformers movie is that Sam Witwicky is selling his grandfather's glasses on the internet, and you actually hear a Transformer say eBay, and it's fucking obscene. Anyway, sorry about that. Who's fighting? Who's punching on? Who's fucking getting down and dirty and rough?
I mean, I'm excited to see Mr. Fantastic and Doom. I want to see those two.
Yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead, Addy.
Cool. Addy, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I want to see a dialogue between No, that's not the question. I want to see a dialogue between Namor and Magneto.
I mean, ideology-wise, like they're a little bit in line.
Yeah,
you know,
a little bit.
Namor just happens to be looking after one particular place, and Magneto's looking after one particular people. So, yeah, okay, I get that. It can be a dialogue. It doesn't have to be a punch.
But also, fight. It will be Nightcrawler and
your dick. Sorry.
Addy Moore wants to see word punches, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, dear. Sorry, mate.
Hey, man, I said it earlier today. Imagine pointy... I was going to say pointy dick. That's not it.
Pointy tail things, yeah, because we were doing Constantine and we were talking about the devil people. Like, just, try all the areas. No worries.
Yep.
What?
So sorry.
Where are we going? What is happening?
Hey man, just take your hands off the wheel.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride. I don't need
Is
to know
this
what's
a ride?
going on.
Yeah. Don't worry. Your seatbelt's on. You're gonna be fine. Don't worry. Like I said.
I was gonna go Nightcrawler and Nightcrawler and Human Torch.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Maybe he could bamf him inside. You know, like in X-Men 97, where you see him go through the actual space that he travels between bamfs.
Yeah.
You take him in there where there's no fucking oxygen or something, and like all of a sudden the fire goes out and just leave a homie in there.
That would be nice.
Or bamf him halfway through a wall.
Yeah.
So he's halfway through some sort of building. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Enrique?
Damn, I was not prepared for you to call me that. So
it's fucking excellent.
I guess I don't have like two people in particular. There's certain teams that I've kind of broken the cast that we've seen already. So we have 3 different teams. We have a version of the Avengers, the Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 teams. And then the X-Men. I would like it's gearing up to be an Avengers versus X-Men, but I want to see like an evil variant team. So like Captain Hydra, even Madam Hydra and Scarlet Witch playing, or Scarlett Johansson playing it as if she's being what's her name? Natasha Romanoff, you know? If there's versions of the OG6 and like, you know, Thor is just some hellbent, maybe it's the Thor with where he has the metal arm, and then he has Stormbreaker, and he's just like just this warmonger, you know, like just that. I want to see an evil bad version of the OG 6 Avengers.
That would be dope.
Just take and see these people fighting, and then just obliterate all of them. Just and that's Doom's muscle, you know. It'd be so cool to see something
like that.
Is
a bunch of evil variants. That's fucking good. Is Kevin Feige listening? Kevin Feige, you listening?
We hope so.
We're helping.
We're all available to hire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Absolutely. Fuck, I dig that. I dig that idea a lot. You know, it's sort of like when Norman Osborn had like rebooted the Avengers and chucked all of his dudes in there, and they were like the Dark Avengers. I like that idea a lot. Final question before we wrap up. Who dies?
Everyone. No, it's just Duke.
Another Infinity War situation.
I was wondering what on earth you were doing, and you're just like caressing something off camera, and I'm like, what on fucking earth is that? And it's a putty tat.
You missed it earlier. He had the Daredevil background with Fisk and Daredevil, like their heads back to back, and then the cat popped up on screen. Literally, it looked like he came out of Fisk's mouth, like if Fisk just threw up a cat. It was fucking hilarious.
That's great. What's your pussycat's name?
Duke.
Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That's the name of the cat that is like the house cat at my favourite cinema in Melbourne at the Astor.
Nice.
And it's named after John Wayne, and he just gets around. It's awesome. Anyway, sorry, got completely sidetracked. Who dies? Who would matter that they die? You know what I mean? Because if you kill Thor, all right. If you kill Wolverine, he'd be dead already. If you kill RDJ again, everyone's gonna be like, "We've played this record." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna have some teeth?
OG X-Men.
Yeah.
You kill them all?
You bring them back. You kill them all. Hard reboot, baby.
You fucking sadist. I love it. That's crazy. Yeah, okay.
That's exactly
that one.
what I was
agree.
thinking.
That one's gonna hit the hardest if they do. I was thinking one of them. I was gonna say Nightcrawler, and I probably would have broken Addie's heart, so I was like hesitant to say it.
Fuck you.
But since
like fuck you all the way, man.
But since you said X-Men, I was like, all right, it might be okay to say it now.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you,
once.
it would break my heart as well, because he's, like I said, he's my second favorite mutant, right behind Gambit. And they already fucking killed him.
Oh, he's gonna die again. He's in this movie,
God,
so
that's a really good idea. X-Men. Who else? Toby?
Oh,
because there's a lot of people who'd like to kill him, including that woman with the card games. You know what I'm saying? That Molly lady. Has anybody seen that movie?
I haven't.
The elephant as well from Babylon.
Yeah, kill the elephant of Babylon. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fuck that thing. Drain its blood to paint my boathouse. It's a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang reference. I don't know. What do you reckon, Kike?
yeah. I mean, my heart is gonna hurt, but it's gonna be the X-Men. That's where I'm leaning towards. I see Thor pulling through, staying. You know, Chris Hemsworth said he'll play this for as long as he can. Fantastic Four, they're newer. They're gonna stay on. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen after Secret Wars.
Ooh, crazy thought just popped in.
I mean, who does?
What if it's Letitia Wright, and then this is how they bring in a variant of T'Challa?
Nah.
There was a dude on the internet the other day who posted a video of some guy training.
Yeah, I seen that.
It looked pretty legit. Yeah, I don't know who the actor is, but I mean, I don't think it's disrespectful to Chadwick at this point. I think it's you know, I think the MCU needs a T'Challa.
Well, Chadwick,
he's the king, you know.
Yeah,
he's the
Chadwick
king.
Boseman's brother was advocating that they do recast him because of what that role meant for young black men, and I'm like,
absolutely.
Even still, it was like a little too soon after his death because of, you know, his performance and what he did for that character. But I think now enough time has passed for them to do it, and you know, fans will be okay.
Yeah, I mean, and same goes for Tony Stark, because, you know, when he died, so many young white men lost a hero who was also a billion squillionaire and had all the money and pussy that he wanted to ever lived. And And that's what we need to aspire to as white men. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, quick speed round. All right, Addy's just shaking his head going, I can't believe I've done a show for 3 years with this fucking... Okay. It's quick speed round. Marry, fuck, kill. Anybody in that cast. Marry, fuck, kill anybody. Let's go. Kike, you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm going to marry Yelena Belova.
Damn you.
I'm going to fuck Vanessa Kirby.
While she's invisible? And then you can see your dick the whole time? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
I wasn't,
is that how it works?
But now yes. And just to piss off Juan, I'm going to kill Channing Tatum Gambit.
Fuck you.
Excellent. What a kick in the ribs. Yeah, I never thought of that. If you have sex with an invisible... hang on. If you have sex with the invisible woman and you touch her, because I know that like when she's wearing the costume, it's made of unstable molecules or whatever, that thing that Reed invented so that the clothes react to their powers.
Yeah.
So if she's completely naked and you... And this goes for anybody who's invisible, by the way.
Yes.
And you insert... Can you see...
You're 100% going to see it, yeah, for sure.
The pumping? Yeah, you can, can't you?
100%.
Okay, good. Science, everyone. Great game, well played, Kike. Addy?
Let one go first.
Let one go first.
Damn it.
One.
All right. Well,
singular sensation. Sorry.
Kike took two of my answers, so...
You can do it.
You can answer the same.
Yeah. Shit, hold on. Give me 1 second. Because Florence Pugh is definitely on that list, but I'm trying to figure out which one.
Which Florence Pugh? There's only one.
No. Which one I want to categorize her
marry,
as.
fuck, or kill, I think you meant.
I'll go marry Florence Pugh, fuck Rebecca Romaine, and then...
Classic.
Good call.
Classic. Blue or normal?
Blue.
Either.
Blue.
I'm
Doesn't matter.
down for... Yeah. I'm down for a little blue sometimes. Why not? Yeah. And then kill... I'm not going to be mean like Kike and say your favorite Addy. So I'm going to go with... Damn it. This is difficult. You know what? Kill James Marsden, Scott Summers. He already died once. Get him out of there again.
Yeah. He's used to hell or whatever.
Fair enough.
Very good. Good game, well played. How about you, huge wicked cup of drink?
Let me just lube up my asshole.
Well, it depends on who you pick for the middle one, really, unless you're a top. I don't know. Let me just put this out here while Addy thinks about it as well. To the fans and family members, more than anything, of KK1 who might listen to this show because they're like, oh, the boys were guesting on another pod. We should listen to it. I'm sorry. I'm not sure how you feel. This must be like the difference between watching a Marvel movie and then watching Deadpool and Wolverine, because of the filth. Please come back. Addy, go ahead.
I'm going to kill Namor because why the fuck not?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to marry... This is hard because he's fucking like 89. But Ian McKellen.
Okay.
It's all right. Leave you all his money.
Nice.
You have a good couple of years and you get all his cash.
Ian McKellen Magneto. And fuck Alan Cumming.
Of course. And then everyone will be coming. That's it, everybody. That's our show for the day.
No. You do it too. You got to do it too.
I got to do it as well? Okay. I would marry...
I thought you meant you have to fuck Nightcrawler too. I was like, wait, what?
No, I'll just watch.
No, it's Nightcrawler fucking me, and then his tail is choking Driggs.
Oh wow!
Making him watch, just holding him in the air, suspended. Watch this.
That's fucking hot. Awesome. Okay, let's have that. No, who would I marry? I think I would probably marry, Charles Xavier.
Nice.
Because he'd always know what I was thinking, you know?
Yeah.
I would never have to be like, fuck, I want a sandwich. He would just be like, here's your sandwich. I love you. And I'd be like, thank you.
Oh, beautiful impersonation. I like that. It sounded just like him.
I'm kind of in the middle of him and Ian McKellen. It's hard to kind of find a balance again, but it sounds like something. And I would fuck... I would have to fuck Zoom Store now because I have to know. Like, I need to know if you can see it the whole time. Anyway.
You're just going to start with, I want to try something. Go with me on this.
Yeah. I want to try something. Oh, come on. She's been around the trap. She knows what's up. Her husband's got a stretchy body. Like, they've done all sorts of business. Forget about
for
it.
sure.
And who am I killing? Thor. You just put it to bed, mate. We've had enough. Let's get Beta Ray Bill in here and fucking forget about it.
There you go.
Beta Ray Bill and Nightcrawler fucking each other? Oh, fuck yeah.
There you go. See, it's such
I'm going to go find it now.
Trust me, that's on the internet. If you want to find it, it'll be on the internet.
Yep.
And you know what else is on the internet? Is all the information about Avengers Doomsday, which comes out in 2026, including that, you know, amazing cast. I'm sure we'll have other people announce as we go along and trailers and everything, and we'll be able to talk about that when it happens. But in the meantime, thank you so much for listening to all of this nonsense. I do hope you enjoyed it. To our beautiful guests from across the pond, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate you as well. We love your show. We love you guys. And it's such a, like I said before, it's such a great community of just people who like having fun and talking about awesome shit. So bless you both.
Thank you, man. Likewise, we feel the same about you guys.
Thanks for having us. Always a fun time. Man, the conversations that we have are there's never a dull moment. Yep. But I would... never in 1,000 years would have thought, you know, taking this journey of, you know, creating the podcast with Juan we would have found you guys, or you guys found us technically, and you know, it's just been fun. It's just fun having you guys as, like you said, as fellow podcasters. It's a community I didn't even know I can tap into, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So thanks, guys.
It is, yeah. It's really special, and the people that we've kind of met along the way have been, you know, some friends I'll have the rest of my life.
Yep.
There's some people I'm friends with who live in this country that I don't even really like that much. You know, they just have some of my stuff, and I need to get it back before that I can be like, fuck off. I'm telling you, it's not marry, fuck, kill around here. It's just kill, kill, kill. Addie, I love you, my partner.
I love you too, man.
Thanks again for talking about all of this guff. And to all of you out there in Podland, we'll see you next week for some more fun. And remember...
stay amazing, stay safe. And the right answer is always marry Charles Xavier because he has a vibrating chair.
That's a fucking good argument. So he's all of them, actually. You could marry him, fuck his chair, and then kill him. Oh, wow. All you need is a flight of stairs.
Oh, my God.
Good night, everybody.